Hello and welcome to Coffee with Carey. I'm over the coffee for the day. Today I intended to talk about one thing and kind of morphed into being about something else based on a client's phone call. And I was going to talk a little bit about the difference between being assertive and being aggressive and how that applies to dating in the early stages. But I had a client call me in an interaction that we had, and it was about a woman taking control or letting the man lead the way when it comes to navigating first through third dates, and I wanted to talk about that with you today. So if that sounds interesting, I hope you'll keep watching. If you're new here, I'm Carey, and this is a channel that I created for women over 50. We talk about beauty, fashion, makeup, food, and stuff. But because I am a matchmaker and a dating coach here in the Chicago area, we also have some dating advice that I kind of move from offering to my clients to sharing with you here because I can and because I think maybe somebody will take something away that they can use. So I realize there are natural tendencies that play a role here. Our natural tendency as women to want to know everything and to want to know what's going on. And a male's natural tendency that's probably in his DNA to be the pursuer and be in charge. Sure, we are women who can take charge in the workplace and in our home lives, but there are some places I feel, and it's just my opinion, and I've seen it over and over again here with the dating thing, the early dating scene, that there's kind of a way we need to temper it, and I'll explain more. So the client called, and it was a date she had 2 nights ago, and she had a great time and she wanted to see him again. So she messaged me and said that was great and I'm excited to talk to you. We kind of have a debriefing after dates. And what happened was she had such a great time and he made her feel like he had a great time. At the end of the date, she said, "Oh, somebody came to visit." "Oh, somebody came to visit, huh?" This is Tallulah, my puppy, since she doesn't usually interrupt videos, so she's got her bed over there, a couple beds in the studio, and a couple bones, right? I thought you'd be okay by yourself for a while. She wanted to say hello. That's okay, she can stay here. I asked her how it went. She said great. She said, and we're gonna get together again. I gave him my phone number. I texted him when I got home. And in the back of my mind, I know that he said that he wasn't interested in getting together again. So knowing this and hearing her go on and on about how great this date was and they had good chemistry, so she had gone home and in anticipation of seeing him again, she had checked the train schedules to see how long of a commute it was to where he lived from where she lived in different areas of the city. And I thought to myself, had she not offered up her number, had she waited for him to ask for her number, and had she not texted him when she got home and created a small conversation before bed that night, she may have been a little more attuned to what he was really thinking and what he was really vibing on. And I sound like a hippie when I say that, don't I? And okay, Tallulah, you're distracting us with the top of your adorable little head, so why don't you go lie down, okay? All right. Early in the process, I think it works in our favor as women to let the man be the pursuer, which is his natural tendency. It is part of their nature to want something and want to chase after it. I feel that she should have allowed him the time to ask for her number. And if he didn't, that would have informed her so much more as to where he was coming from. And I love when a man at the end of a date gives you some clue as to what he was thinking. Either he'll say, "Have a good life, it was nice to meet you," in which case you kind of know which way he's leaning on this, especially if he doesn't ask for a phone number. My situations are a little bit different because my clients and the men and women they date have me in the middle, and they know that they can get the phone number from me, just as if a friend had set you up on a date. "Here's my number, text me when you get home and let me know you got home safely." I love that. I think it's the great way to start something that's hopefully going to move forward into a second and hopefully third and beyond date. That shows he's interested, it shows he's considerate, thoughtful, and to text when you get home and say, "I got home safely. Hope you did too. Thank you for a really nice evening. That's a great way to end a date. And because she took control and asked for his number and texted him, not just that she was home safely, but started a little conversation, she never got a read on him. For as much as I say let him take control there for the benefit of knowing what he's thinking and allowing him to feel like he's in charge, I think that also once you've had a date, 1 or 2 dates, if he's starting to drag his feet a little bit, I think that's where we as women need to step in and take charge, take control, and be a little bit more assertive to make sure that that second or third date happens. What I'm finding very often is that because of the dating apps and the amount of availability of so many people, and that everybody knows there's another 100 people one swipe away, they've gotten a little lazy about follow-ups. So he may have had a great time, said he wanted to see you again, intends to see you again, but in the middle of the week where he should be calling you to make plans for the weekend, he's just feeling like, I don't know, it just seems like a lot of work to have to call and ask her out and see if our schedules align. She was nice, but I don't know if it was all that great. She was pretty, but I don't know if she's really my type. They just get distracted and they forget that they had a nice connection, and it's easier to do nothing, honestly. I mean, that's the truth, isn't it? It's just easier to do nothing, and then probably he's not gonna even swipe for a date for the weekend. He's gonna wait till Friday and see if he can find somebody to go out that night, which is a last minute thing. And I hope you're not one of the women accepting a date on Friday night, Friday afternoon, or Friday evening from a fella. I think that I coach my clients to have some standards and to teach men early what their standards are, and I hope you do that. We can talk about that more if you'd like. So at these very early stages between date number 1 and date number 3, I think we have to allow a little bit of a shift in power to make it work for us, to get exactly what we need from this situation, to know where we stand, to know whether things are moving forward in his mind, and if things went well, to make things continue on to date number 3. I think that's really good advice. I know some people will say, well, why should you not? If you like somebody, you're taking the risk and you're saying, I like you. Do you like me? You want to call me? Do you want to give me your number? And it's not like he has control over whether you see each other again. You have control as well. And if you didn't like him, you wouldn't have been offering your number. And I don't mind the giving away the power, or I don't care who wears the pants is another one. My kids and I used to actually talk about relationships in those terms, as to everybody has the power at different times, and at different times, different people in the relationship wear the pants. I think it's a natural ebb and flow, and it kind of just goes with the way we're programmed. And if you disagree, I respect your opinion, and you can leave me a comment down below and explain why. I just think it's helpful. I think it's just helpful in knowing where things are and in understanding somebody else if they're not being totally transparent. Maybe my client had a blast imagining this successful relationship she was going to have with this guy, and jumping on the train after work and spending weekends. And maybe that was enough to like have that fun, that it was worthwhile giving her number. I know that on a date where you don't have somebody else involved, a friend or a matchmaker, to give the number, that is your only chance, perhaps, if you've deleted their profile. But you can always reach out on the app if you had a nice time there and just say, that was fun, I had a nice time, and start a conversation again. But I'd say let him do it. And it's not because of sexist reasons, it's just that it makes it easier on you. So with that being said, there is a reason after that point that I want you to slow your roll and totally let him take charge yet again. But I'm going to save that for another day and another episode. And that one will be about the 3-month situation. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I think that's enough for today. Absorb that, think about it, and let me know if you agree or not. And as always, I truly appreciate you stopping by to see what I wanted to talk about today. I hope you'll do it again. So please subscribe and hit that bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video, which is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, unless I get super inspired on Saturdays. Until then, thank you and have a good one.